My name is Ann, and I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. I want to begin by thanking Buddha Maitreya, the Christ, and Mandaravatara for all the help that they've given me in the last 17 years. And I wanted to tell you about the first miracle that I experienced. I bought a very small little etheric weaver, which is one of the Buddha Maitreya Shambhala healing tools, from a friend in Omaha. And it looked like this. It's just basically a small etheric weaver that's the same size as the earring. And I wore it all the time. I think I had a longer chain at the time. But it just felt very important. And then we took a trip to France. We went to Paris, and we had been there in 1998 on a sabbatical. We had been there 8 months. And the very first day, we ate at a restaurant, actually an Italian restaurant in our old neighborhood. And we only had a week. This was in 2000. So I had only a week there, and the very first day, coming back out of the restroom, I turned my ankle and limped back to the table and sat down with my husband and put my leg up on his knee and finished eating and realized I had this weaver. And I had really not used it much, so I just took it off and I held it, this tiny little weaver, down by my ankle. And we ate, and then we got up, and I just kept holding it down by my ankle. And we started walking, and we walked through the old Monceau Park, which was one of our favorite parks. We walked down to the Champs-Élysées, to a movie theater, and I just wasn't, I knew it was there, but I would just kept walking, and we sat down and watched a movie, so I put my leg up while we're watching the movie, and we could have done anything like taking a cab or taking a metro back to our apartment, but we walked the whole way, and it was like a long way, like at least a half an hour walk. The whole time I had this little etheric weaver down by my ankle, and I'm actually weaving myself now, so it's helping me relax a little bit. Let me take a breath. But anyway, when we got to our apartment, I did the smart things. I thought, like, I had someone get me some frozen peas, and I put it on my ankle. And I lifted my ankle and put it up on the bed, and I stayed off of it. And I just kept weaving it. And I never had to stop. We did all kinds of things. We went to an opera, we went to art museums. And when I got home, I went to the gallery where I do some work, and someone there had just had a sprained ankle, and she had a cast on and was seeing physical therapy, doing physical therapy, was in a lot of pain. What I had meant to say earlier was that my ankle was really swollen, was really black and blue, and everyone saw it. This was in our apartment. And I never had any trouble. And I just knew that it had to be the weaver. And it had to be God's work through the weaver, which is what Buddha Maitreya is, the incarnation of God. And he makes the tools, and they're just miraculous. This was in 2000 that we had this trip, and in 2001, which was the year of 9/11, Buddha Maitreya came to Omaha, and I went. One friend had asked me, he's a psychiatrist, he said, "Are you always going to be searching?" I didn't even know what spiritual searching meant. until I was 40, and then I just was on the bandwagon and trying everything, going to channelers, going to astrologers, etc. And he asked me if I was going to be searching all my life, and I said, well, I don't know. But when I went to it was an Easter Darshan in Omaha on Easter 2001, and Buddha Maitreya was there. And when I heard him talk, saw him, felt, I don't know what all it was, but I knew I wasn't searching anymore. So there have been miracle after miracle. I forget them, so I, for a long time, was writing them down. You know, I touched something very hot, and had a really bad burn on my finger, and I used the weaver on it, and it just immediately went away. I mean, they're almost miracles coming every day now, and I'm just so grateful and for the help of Buddha Maitreya, the Christ.